print communication. The council back in 2018 made a decision to go from a bi-monthly briefing, that's our city newsletter that goes out to the community, and made a decision to deliver that monthly. That goes to approximately 38,000 households and 5,000 businesses, and we know people read it. In addition to the resident feedback and the compliments regarding the newsletter, when our residents are asked how they get their information from the city in our national citizen survey that we do every year, 86% of respondents called the briefing a common source of information, which ranks the highest in the category of where our residents get their information, above the Sun Current, above the Star Tribune. So people see a lot of value in the information, and that's why the council made that decision to increase the frequency 2 years ago. It's frankly one of the most popular services that the city provides. The city has a notable online presence and uses these tools to engage users and provide timely, important local information, news of interest. So this includes providing content for a website that sees more than 420,000 page views per month, more than 20 social media accounts, including Facebook, Twitter, YouTube, Instagram, Nextdoor. We have thousands of followers across those social media platforms. Just this year alone, the city has posted 385 times to Facebook, sent over 260 tweets, and posted 80 news items on Nextdoor. An email subscription service that we call eSubscribe has 29,000 subscribers who've signed up to receive email information from the city with alerts on over 100 different topics. And so far this year, we've sent 375 different email messages through our eSubscribe service. In the area of video and cable TV, the city produces videos and news shows for cable television with a potential audience of up to 20,000 cable subscribers and thousands more on social media. To improve communication, provide a recap of council activities, the Council Minute featuring the mayor was launched this year. So far, 21 episodes have been produced and cablecast on cable TV 3 times a day each week and posted to social media on a weekly basis. The city has attracted close to 5,000 YouTube subscribers who sign up to receive the city videos and news program Bloomington Today. This year to date, staff has produced 139 videos for YouTube and cable television. Of those videos, 78 were posted to Facebook. I think it's important to note that our communications staff is about the best in the business for city government here in the state of Minnesota, recognized by both the residents and our peer organizations locally and around the country. Our residents continuously offer words of praise for the city publications, and our communications division has received nearly 20 national and local awards in the last 2 years alone for producing high-quality, engaging content for the community. In terms of outreach and engagement, so that's just like the one-way communication, Mr. Mayor and council members. When it comes to outreach and engagement events, we've had 13 events so far this year, and that is recognizing that we're really handicapped by the fact that the pandemic has limited just about all of our in-person opportunity. And so we're having to do a lot more with WebEx, and as a matter of fact, we just approved Zoom. This may sound like we're behind the times, but when we started utilizing virtual meeting systems, we made a decision to use WebEx rather than Zoom. Through the course of the pandemic, what we found out is that many of the groups that we're trying to reach utilize Zoom much more than WebEx. And so we actually authorized utilizing Zoom as an outreach and engagement tool specifically, and have just launched our Zoom for engagement. But those 13 events, coffee with the cop several times, community conversations with the police department, the Lyndale Avenue Design Workshop, Richfield Bloomington Watershed Management Organization annual meeting, the State of the City address. We had a couple of park system master plan listening sessions, and we were planning to do much more related to the park system master plan. So they're currently trying to revamp the engagement plan for that process. We did a workshop for online and organics and recycling. We did a Bloomington Race and Equality Forum, and we have a Youth Speaks Town Hall Forum coming up this Thursday, as a matter of fact. We're also very active working on Census 2020. Our outreach and engagement team, our planning staff, and others, we have a complete count committee that's working in partnership with our Human Rights Commission. We've mailed to 2,500 individual households and census tracts projected to have lower response rates. We've been promoting via the city's communication channels, including website, social media, the briefing, in-person tabling at the Block Captain's Workshop. That was pre-pandemic. Census promotion package delivered to all Bloomington faith communities, senior living, congregate living communities, and rental properties in the northeast corner of the city. A new thing that we are starting up is called Let's Talk Bloomington. It's a new digital engagement tool. It's going to be rolled out to the community in the next couple of months, and this is a web-based tool that's going to increase communication and transparency on city projects through a multifunction approach. It'll have surveys, questions, guest books, polls, mapping are examples of the methods community input will be gathered. Initial projects that will utilize Let's Talk Bloomington are the Community Budget Advisory Committee, Public Works Street and Traffic Projects, and the Sustainability's Energy Benchmarking. Our COVID-19 outreach team communications includes outreach by co-ed, public health, our racial equity coordinator. Targeted outreach to key groups and organizations have included 46 multi-unit property managers and staff receiving weekly emails invited to participate in monthly virtual meetings. 44 faith communities receiving weekly emails and are invited to participate in monthly virtual meetings. Over 63 community leaders receive weekly emails and are invited to participate in virtual meetings. Leaders representing the Latinx, African American, East African, Indigenous Americans, Asian Americans, Muslim youth, seniors, and LGBTQIA communities. Over 61 small business owners are receiving weekly emails, and we had a significant business outreach as part of the Small Business Emergency Assistance Loan Program. In translation, we are significantly increasing our translation because we have growing households that speak a language other than English as their primary language. We've been doing radio ads that are focused on the community, and the public health hotline, which has been working with our public health clients. The need there has increased substantially in the last couple of months. We've also been utilizing Polko surveys. Polko is another new tool that we started using this year. We've done 3 different surveys online to get input on household status, regarding community center and motor vehicle, and an ongoing check-in related to the pandemic, and that's just since April of 2000. So that does not include, Mr. Mayor, a lot of the outreach and additional communication and engagement that's occurring with our police department right now, which is they have a unit with our crime prevention and just the outreach and engagement team within police of a combination of sworn and non-sworn personnel. And they were doing good work earlier in the year, and their work has doubled in terms of the expectations coming out of the events in May with the death of George Floyd and the focus on communities of color. So the point of all of this, Mr. Mayor and council members, in responding to Mr. Thule, is the city of Bloomington is widely recognized as having one of the best communication and outreach units around. We work very hard to make sure that we're putting information in the hands of our community, and we're continuing to add tools all the time. As I mentioned, 2 new tools this year alone, the Polko and the Let's Talk Bloomington. I think the bottom line here is that residents who feel that we are not improving our communications, I would say that there is plenty of information that is being distributed. There are always new ways to reach out and not just communicate to people, but as Mr. Peterson mentioned in the last conversation about the Budget Advisory Committee, is going to where people are at and meeting them there and having conversation with them and engaging with them. And I think the bottom line is that if somebody disagrees with the work that the city is doing or the positions that the council is taking or the way that things are communicated is not the same as saying that we're not communicating. And so I just want to be real clear for the